Are you writing a female friendship? Are you struggling to make it multifaceted and complex? Me too! Let's explore how these amazing movies absolutely do it, and I will mash together a new female friendship to demonstrate. IMDb says, best friends, Sophie and Agatha, find themselves on opposing sides of an epic battle when they're swept away into an enchanted school where aspiring heroes and villains are trained to protect the balance between good and evil. And Elphaba, a young woman ridiculed for her green skin, and Glinda, a popular girl, become friends at Shiz University in the land of Oz. After an encounter with the wonderful Wizard of Oz, their friendship reaches a crossroads. Female friendships, like all friendships, should feel authentic. The way women interact with each other can be influenced by many factors, including shared history, mutual respect, vulnerability, and occasional conflict.
Did you get attacked?
Yes, an ugly class.
Well, I failed beauty class.
What part did you fail?
Smiling.
But if you want to write a female friendship that feels real and relatable, each character should have her own voice, her own aspirations and flaws, even within a friendship.
Just come with me. I couldn't possibly. This is your moment. I'm coming.
Female friendships work best when the characters are distinct from one another, but complement each other. Their differences can help create tension or help them learn from one another. Let's look at the School for Good and Evil.
Do they ever accept new students?
You're joking, right?
Sophie and Agatha's friendship is built on a shared history and mutual understanding, but it's complicated by differing aspirations and personalities.
You know nothing can ever happen for me as long as I'm stuck here. I can't settle for an ordinary life. I won't.
Sophie is romantic, ambitious, and believes in the idea of true love and status.
A kiss is a kiss.
Oh. See? Nothing happened.
Agatha, on the other hand, is practical, introverted, and resistant to the concept of fairy tale narratives.
You're trying to tell me that Snow White and Cinderella and Jack and the Beanstalk were real?
It makes their friendship both compelling and realistic. Why? Because their differences cause friction, but also allow for growth.
Just please don't go.
Okay,
You promise?
I promise.
Oh, thank you.
They support one another, but more excitingly, they challenge each other. Agatha's skepticism and grounded nature challenge Sophie's fantasies.
Aggie, what's happening was a good thing.
I couldn't take that chance. I can't let anything bad happen to you.
While Sophie's belief in the power of love encourages Agatha to step outside of her comfort zone. Ooh.
Nothing can keep true love apart. Isn't that like the first rule of fairy tales?
What about Wicked, Part 1? Elphaba and Glinda's friendship is rooted in genuine growth. Initially, they are polar opposites. Elphaba is misunderstood, idealistic, and often serious, while Glinda is bubbly, popular, and superficial. Their differences create an authentic dynamic where they each find something valuable in each other. So cool. As the story unfolds, their friendship is tested. Elphaba is driven by a desire for justice, often challenging the status quo. Oh no, no, no! Oh no, no!
My heart's desire is for you to help the animals. Something bad is happening to them and they need you.
Glinda, on the other hand, is initially more concerned with acceptance, and her goals revolve around securing power and influence. These distinct motivations drive them in opposite directions.
You want to do yourself some good? Get some back.
But what makes their friendship feel real is the way that they navigate these differences and find common ground, even if they don't always agree. My friend. So you've found a way to ground your female characters in an authentic friendship. What now? Women's friendships are often a mix of serious conversations and support, as well as light-hearted moments of laughter and fun. Ha 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 ha. Think about the range of emotions that come with friendships. Vulnerability, compassion, jealousy, competition, and joy. And make sure these different aspects come across in your script. Sophie and Agatha? Their interactions range from playful and supportive to serious and confrontational. For instance, Sophie is initially driven by her desire for recognition, while Agatha is mostly concerned with keeping Sophie grounded.
Did you give Tedros my letter?
Yes, but something very bad is going on here.
Later, when Sophie's journey leads her down a darker path, Agatha's support becomes even more intense, even meddlesome.
You cheated! You brought Agatha!
No!
No, I came on my own, I swear.
Then there's jealousy and suspicion, but ultimately love, culminating in Sophie's self-sacrifice to save Agatha. I love this movie.
I love you, Aggie. You'll always be my best friend.
These moments of tension, compassion, and vulnerability give depth to their bond. Elphaba and Glinda? Glinda? Well, we actually get to see their friendship blossom on screen, and it is so endearing.
Now that we're friends, I've decided to make you my new project.
Oh, you really don't have to do that.
That's what makes me so nice.
They share moments of pain and understanding, joy and curiosity, vulnerability, tension, particularly over Elphaba's growing power and the consequences this has for Glinda. And lastly, confrontation.
I hope you're proud how you would grovel in submission to feed your own ambition.
This diversity in their interactions showcases the richness and depth to their bond, don't you think? And it's not just the variety of emotions that help portray a female friendship. It's the activities you have them do and the environments you put them in. All of these choices reveal new layers about the friendship. So, you've found a way to showcase the variety in your female friendship. Now what? While they may share a close bond, it's crucial that each character has her own storyline. This ensures that both women grow individually and their friendship isn't just a way to further the plot for the other character. Their separate journeys should influence the friendship, either strengthening it or challenging it. Sophie and Agatha? While both characters start in a similar position, their journeys diverge significantly. Sophie's arc is one of transformation. She begins as a hopeful, idealistic character and ends in tragic villainy before being redeemed. Agatha's arc, however, is about self-discovery and standing up for what's right.
That's what you call good? Destroying someone kind because they can't live up to your impossible expectations?
The way their arcs intersect, their friendship being tested by Sophie's changing loyalties and Agatha's attempts to bring her back, strengthens their bond and highlights how their individual growth impacts their friendship. It's so good. Elphaba and Glinda?
I could care less what others think.
I doubt that.
While both characters have their own personal journeys, Elphaba's struggle to reconcile her power and morality, and Glinda's journey towards self-empowerment and authenticity, their arcs intersect in a way that forces them to reckon with their friendship. Glinda's eventual realization that she must be true to herself, and Elphaba's understanding of the consequences of their choices showcases how their paths both align and diverge. Elphaba and Glinda's individual growth influences their friendship, and their friendship is a key element of their personal transformations. Get me? See how it's all integral to each other? So you've decided how the individual arcs contribute to the friendship's evolution. Now what? No relationship is without conflict, and female friendships are no exception. The best friendships in movies often have some tension or misunderstanding, whether it's jealousy, miscommunication, competition, or differing values. These conflicts add depth to the characters and the relationship. However, I challenge thee to think more about the resolution of the conflict. Whether the conflict is resolved through honest conversation, forgiveness, or mutual compromise, the resolution should feel organic to the characters and their journey. Female friendships in movies are often at their strongest when the characters face challenges together and come out stronger as a result. As Sophie and Agatha navigate the two schools, their friendship faces significant challenges. The most notable conflict arises when Sophie is pulled toward the school of evil, where she embraces her darker side under Raphael's influence. Agatha, who is morally driven and holds on to the belief that Sophie can be redeemed, struggles to maintain the friendship.
Look what it's done to you! Look at what it has done to us.
Their disagreement over Sophie's choices, Agatha wanting to pull Sophie back towards goodness, while Sophie wants to embrace power and the promise of evil, creates real emotional tension.
I'm your friend.
No, Agatha. You're my nemesis.
And what's the resolution of this conflict? Sophie's sacrifice to save Agatha. This is a moment of true emotional payoff. Sophie's actions prove that, despite all the chaos and division between them, the love and connection they share transcends everything. Then we get the ultimate act of love when Agatha revives Sophie, which ties up the emotional arc of their friendship.
Let's go.
Let's go.
It is a resolution that feels earned and satisfying, demonstrating the strength of their friendship.
Why can you stay calm for once instead of flying off the handle?
Elphaba and Glinda experience several conflicts that test their friendship. One of the key conflicts is their differing responses to power and fame. Elphaba's desire to take down the corrupt system of Oz leads her to alienate herself, while Glinda's desire for status and influence leads to her to align herself with those in power.
If it'd make you happy, possibly your friend.
Really?
Why not?
No.
And what's the resolution of this conflict? It comes in the form of mutual understanding.
I hope you're happy now that you're choosing this.
You too.
While they may never completely agree on their paths, their deep emotional bond and shared history ultimately lead to a reconciliation of sorts.
I hope you're happy in the end.
Their final moments in part 1 are marked by a recognition of their different roles in this world and an acknowledgement of how they've shaped each other's journeys so far. I'm excited for part 2. Also, I hope they make the second school for good and evil. If they don't, I'm gonna throw a 2-year-old tanty, I swear. Anyway, so how have they influenced each other so far?
I'll say this much. She doesn't give a twig what anyone thinks.
Of course she does. She just pretends not to.
Well, Elphaba empowered Glinda to become more authentic and assertive.
What are you doing?
Stop.
While Glinda helped Elphaba find moments of human connection and support.
That might be your secret, Elphaba, but that doesn't make it true.
The emotional payoff is bittersweet, reflecting the complexity of their bond. One that isn't about flawless harmony, but about understanding and love, despite their differences.
Two good friends, two best friends.
So you've decided how the conflict will strengthen and challenge their friendship. Now what? I don't know about you, but I want to see more female empowerment on our screens. So much more. And what I mean by that is, we get to see them help each other overcome obstacles. Yes, conflict can still arise between them, obviously. But I think it's also essential to show that the friendship is not rooted in judgment or competition. Women in friendship should be able to be their authentic selves without fearing criticism or rivalry. Genuine female friendships are places of safety and acceptance.
She's the only one who has stood up for me from the time we were kids. She's like my sister. And I'm not someone who gives up on family. Not ever.
Agatha and Sophie offer each other support, though it becomes more one-sided as Sophie grows more attached to the dark forces at the school. But Agatha never judges her.
I thought that you believed that Sophie was truly good.
I don't believe that anyone is truly good or truly evil, because people are complicated.
Instead, Agatha constantly tries to reach Sophie, attempting to guide her back to the light. It reinforces the theme of true friendship as something based on unconditional support and acceptance. Elphaba and Glinda offer each other different forms of support, even if it's not always what the other person expects. Glinda helps Elphaba navigate social situations, even if she doesn't always understand her.
We toss our hair. Ready? Toss, toss.
Toss, toss.
That's a choice.
Ooh, ooh. Elphaba, in turn, encourages Glinda to think beyond surface level concerns and to stand up for what is right.
And in order to express my outrage,
I will henceforth be known no longer as Glinda.
While their friendship does have moments of jealousy and competition, especially because they fall for the same man, the same beautiful man, Fiyero, it is never fundamentally about tearing each other down. You see the difference? Fiyero! I'm so excited for that song.
I think about that day a lot.
So do I.
Oh, me too, me too. I think about it constantly.
Theirs is one of the few relationships where they are able to be their true selves without constant judgment or comparison. I'm sick of that in movies. Unless you're Mean Girls and you're making a movie about judgment and comparison, then I forgive you. Anyway, this support is what makes their friendship one of the most compelling aspects of Wicked. Yeah, I said it. Now I'm gonna watch the emotional payoff scenes, so stick around. But first, based off Sophie and Agatha and Elphaba and Glinda, let's smash!
But good has won for 200 years.
Ooh, have they now? Story by story, I have corrupted them, making mermaids cut out their tongues, forcing women to dance in red-hot iron shoes. Good became vain. Foolish.
Foolish.
You brought the whole school to its knees in weeks. You are chaos itself. And together we are unstoppable.
She's like, I am evil.
This whole war thing between the schools, it's all wrong. If I can just get through to Sophie,
After what she's just done, there's no point, there's no way, it's not gonna work!
No, she's being used by the schoolmaster's brother.
She's not gonna give up on her best friend.
I can reach her. I know it.
She needs to try.
I just need you to trust me. Come with me to save Sophie. That is how we'll save the whole school. Evers and nevers.
I'll be there as soon as I can, I promise you!
She's off to save her friend.
All we need is our true love's kiss to unlock our love.
What's the age difference between these two?
For you and I to rule.
He's like the headmaster. She's a student. That just creeps me out.
I am your true love. I always have been.
Lies, lies, lies.
Will you join me?
evil had finally won true love's kiss, condemning both schools and all those within their walls to perish in agony.
She's been tricked. I love that the narrator talks to the characters and not just us.
What have I done?
It's the scream. It's the scream. Oh, that's a good sound. Woof.
Welcome to Never After, my love.
I didn't want to hurt them. I thought you said we just rule them.
Oop, rookie mistake.
No, Aggie. This is not what I wanted.
You've driven away everyone, betrayed everyone. That's why you're mine.
Get away from her!
Yeah, Aggie. I'm so sorry.
Surely you know what happens to those who thwart love.
Love.
Love. That's my reaction.
And we care for each other. That is what good love is. Evil only fights for itself. And that is the furthest thing from love on earth.
Now, if you'll please step away from my bride.
My bride.
You will never have her, you monster. Not as long as I'm alive.
Oh. Well, as you wish.
Sophie!
I'm already gonna cry. Oh, that scream. Here comes Tedros, the love interest. It's a good character, it's a good subplot, but I'm more interested in the friendship. So let's move it along, shall we? Silent communication between best friends. It's a thing. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Adam. You can do it, Sophie. So long, sucker.
The end. Oh my god.
I'm so sorry for everything.
Shh, you're fine. You're okay.
I don't want to be evil.
No, you are not evil. You're just human. We will always have each other. I promise.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry, and here I am crying.
I love you, Aggie. You'll always be my best friend.
Both such beautiful performers. I know how it ends too, but I'm still crying.
Oh my god.
Look at her eyebrows, they're so meticulous.
Don't ever do that again.
That's such a friend thing to say.
I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy now.
I hope you're proud how you would grovel in submission to feed your own ambition.
I hope you're happy.
Right now. Oh, I'll try not to sing, I'm sorry.
There is an enemy who must be found and captured. She has stolen our grimoire.
Liza.
Her green skin is but an outward manifestorium of her twisted nature. Wicked witch.
Oh, Elphaba, I'm already gonna cry. Yes, support.
Don't be afraid. I'm not afraid. It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.
And waited for,
but I don't want it. I can't want it anymore.
There's her personal growth.
Something has changed within me.
Crying.
The rules of someone
get
I'm speechless already.
to sleep. I think I'll try gravity
Glinda's like, wait, what? What's about to happen?
through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. But can I try? I'll never know.
I love that she's following her up the stairs. Such a great visual of their friendship right now.
'Cause kiss me good, I'm defying gravity.
I haven't watched this since being in the cinema, so I'm having huge feelings right now.
Elphaba, please!
I've been bored. I've been heated.
Stop!
Where are your wings? Maybe you're not as powerful as you think you are.
Yes, she is. Oh, quick tear pit stop. I know a lot of people were saying that they didn't like how they broke up the Song of Defying Gravity, but I actually think they needed to do it because this is movie medium. We're not watching a stage production. We need to have the breaks and the pauses so that we can see their emotional arcs and the nuance of their friendship.
Think of what we could do together.
We need space to breathe in a movie.
Just defying gravity.
This is that love and understanding. I'm gonna cry again.
Are you coming?
The answer's no. They say it all in their faces. That's why we need the pauses and the breaks. Oh. She can't outwardly say no. So she does this act of comfort instead. I think that's a really telling thing for their friendship. And the wink. They just get each other. And then they're stepping away. Yes. That's such an empowering moment.
I hope you're happy. Now that you're choosing this.
You too.
Hope you're happy in the end.
Is anything wrong? I'm the one he wants. I'm the one he wants.
Take it away!
And we also need this pause to conclude this moment of her growth. So that's why it's different to the musical, because the musical, the arc goes all across Act 1 and Act 2, but we need a singular arc for this movie, and this is it for Elphaba. This is her accepting her younger self. So we need that pause to have that emotional conclusion. So I disagree with everyone that says just keep the song going. No, break up the song.
So if you can't find me to the western sky,
Everyone deserves a chance to fly. To those who drowned me, take a message back from me.
We also need this break because it's teasing the threads we are going to follow in part 2. No. Oh, that gesture tells you everything about Glinda's journey coming up.
Nobody in all the walls, no wizard that there is or was.
She just blew out the whole city. That's amazing. And that cape. The look back. Ugh. Until the next mash. Bye-bye. I love this pink hair.
Did you really think it would be that easy?
Yeah.
But in the hands of his ridiculous whelp of a son.
Whelp. I love that word. Whelp. Although I do agree that they didn't need the hot air balloon chase. That didn't add anything to the narrative. unless the hot air balloon comes back somehow in part 2. But I understand why they put it in there to help control the audience experience, because we needed a release of tension. Because we just had the scene where she gave the monkey wings and that was really intense, and then if we went straight into defying gravity, that would have been a really long time to sustain tension.
Give me my leg. Give me my leg!
So the fact that they had the hot air balloon chase with a little bit of comedy in there alleviated that enough that we as the audience were brought back to a base level so that we could then build the tension again for defying gravity. I hope that makes sense. They're just my thoughts.